Right, so here we are with our Project Silverado. This is a 2013 Chevy Silverado LT, and we got this truck with pretty decent miles on it. About 118 is what it had when I bought it. We're going through and we're really turning this into a nice, performing, working, functioning truck. Meaning that I'm not going to get crazy and turn this into a show truck. We're not stripping this down to a bare frame. We're not putting a bunch of chrome accessories on it. We want this thing to be daily driven functional. And when you get to the show trucks, they're not daily functional driven ever. And most of their components wear out if you do try to daily drive them because it throws off the angles in the suspension so bad that you can't daily drive it. And that was one thing I really wanted to avoid when doing the Silverado project. I want this thing to function as a truck every single day. So that being said, you guys already seen the videos that we did everything up front. We do have some more videos coming on the upfront stuff because there was a few things we're going to tweak and modify before it goes off to alignment. One of those things is really important to make sure the alignment stays where it's supposed to. You guys are not going to want to miss that video. That's coming up in the future. But for today, we're talking about the rear and the lift that we put back here. Now, some people are going to say that's not much of a lift, or you just put a level in it. It's really not extreme. And I'm not going for extreme. I never was. I was going for a functional daily driver lift that allowed me to have more ground clearance and still retain my capability of hauling, whether it be a trailer or in the box. In order to do that, after I did my front, which was supposed to be a leveling kit, which actually gave me 3 inches of lift, which is way more than what I was anticipating, kind of, because I did kind of anticipate me having to lift the rear. Let's take a look and I'll explain this a lot better. Okay, so what you guys see here is this is the factory alignment block that works to the axle here. So that has edges right here. It has a lip here and a lip back here. Has that lip right there that goes around here and helps hold that tight to the axle. Where our lift blocks go is in here. If we were to take this block out and we only used this block, we wouldn't gain any lift at all. It would literally be the same height. But what we did was we added this block right below here. And you can see it really clear right back here. You can see this is the stock block, this is the lift block, this is the axle. So we added that much lift. Now, some people might say, if you add a lift, don't you have to do something with the shocks? Yes and no. Allow me to explain. So here's the trick. When you're adding this block, you don't need to add different shocks because you're not going high enough. The measurement that you need to know before you get to the point that you damage the shocks and you're forced to change them out is 2 inches. The minute you go above a 2-inch block in the rear, you need to put bigger shocks in. A 1-inch block will not lift it high enough for it to damage the shocks. Now remember, if you're going off-road and you have the full suspension hang down and hit, you're going to basically bottom out shocks. Your shocks will hold the axle up if you get the back end off the ground. So you're going to damage shocks no matter what you do if you're basically jumping the truck. In order to fix that issue, what they do is they put limiting straps on your axles. So they'll put a limiting strap to keep it from bottoming out the shock. On this particular setup, we will not bottom out the shock with the tires on and the truck sitting on the ground. We will still have plenty of room for that shock to move. When we have to change that, like I said, is when we go over the 2-inch mark. So if we left the stock block, went with a 2-inch block, we would be right at the edge of saying we need to put shocks in this that are slightly longer. But because it's only 1 inch, because after my measurements, I knew 1 inch would get me right where I needed to be on the back end. I don't want the back end to be sagging down. I don't want the California squat. I also don't want the truck really high in the back end, which was the whole point of putting the front level in and making it so the front end wasn't snow plowing every time we had a little bit of snow.